Welcome to Scratch with TechUpKids. Last time we learned how to create a new account and log into the account. So assuming you already have an account, we're going to create a new project first. So we can just say create, and it opens up in an interface which looks like this. It comes with a cat, which is called a sprite in Scratch. So this is where you create new Scratch. This is the Scratch window. That's called the stage. If you want a new backdrop, I can go get a backdrop. Let's say I want what's my favorite? I like the desert. I always like the desert. Okay, so here's a kitty, and the kitty comes with two costumes. So if you see, I can alternate between them and make it look like it's walking. I have three tabs here on the top: scripts, costumes, and then sounds. On scripts tab, you have all these blocks from which you can choose your code and drag it here. So let's say when I start the program, I want my cat to walk. All I have to do is, when the green flag clicked, I go to the motion block and say walk a little. So walk, 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 and I can change it to alternating costumes so it looks more like walking by going to this block called looks and say next costume. Okay, so I say each time I click it looks like this. But what if I don't want to keep clicking? What if I just click once and I want it to keep walking? Then I go to this control block here, and I can get a repeat block and just drag it around here. It wraps itself. When I click on it, now it walks a little and stops. And if you really want it to keep walking instead of just 10 times, I can just get this loop called forever and put it back in there. Start it, keeps walking. Okay, kitty. Alright, so kitty gets stuck in the corner. So the remedy for that is go to motion block and get a block called if on edge bounce. And kitty bounces but goes on top of its upside down. So I just need to do that. Click on that little eye and kitty becomes straight. I can also change few other things while I'm here. So kitty looks interesting now. If you wanted the kitty to do a few more things like some special effects, I can go to looks and change a few things. Just play around with this block called change color effect. Now see what happens. Change this color. You can throw this out if you don't need that. Now stop the program. Now I want to use another event block saying when I click on this kitty, when the sprite clicked, I want it to do some other effects. So I get the color block out and see this little arrow here. I can click on it and say change maybe world effect. So now kitty is walking and I can keep clicking on it, which is a little bit hard because kitty is moving. How would I drag this block in here and put it inside and put the color block out here, which might. So look at the kitty now, it's just turning into a whirlpool, and when I click on the kitty it will change color. Okay, so you can see what color block does and what world block does. We can also say when I click on this kitty, I want it to change its ghost effect. See what the ghost effect does. Click, 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 click. That means kitty just disappeared. If I want to bring it back, then I can just say click on the block and it comes back. So basically if you click on 4 times it becomes solid again. So 25 times 4 is 100, and which means 100. If I say 100 ghost effect, it becomes invisible. Minus 100 is visible. So we can have different event blocks for that. So I can say when I click on the kitty it disappears, and when I hit the space key it comes back. So go back, where do you get the ghost effect from? Color effect block again and say ghost. Alright, so kitty starts the program. I click on it, gone almost. Okay, 4 times. Now I do space, 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 and kitty comes back. So far so good. Now kitty can also say a few things. Under looks block I say hello for 2 seconds. What about I don't attach this with the green flag? I want to do some other action when it happens. So I can say when I click on a certain block, let's say A key, then kitty starts walking. So now it's not going to walk when I start the program, but when I hit the A key, it starts walking and does all of these things that are here. I can change the world to a pixel effect, and now it's going to be pixelated. Stop the program and clean up by doing this. So from time to time, just keep organizing your code blocks so that it's not too much clutter here. So we can now make the kitty say hello when something happens. So what if I click on the kitty? So I don't do the ghost effect. I will take care of that later. I say when I click on the kitty, it says hello. Okay, so there are other things that you could do. You can do a think block, or I could say hello, how are you, like change the text, or I can say also you can just click inside if you want to add something, and I can say hello, my name is Cat. Okay, so that's just the say block. You can use the think block similarly. I can also get more sprites from the library. For instance, I can get an apple, as many sprites as you want, and when you want to code, you have to click on that sprite and write the code here. Similarly, on the background library, I right now click here and you can see what all backdrops you have currently. So if I don't want the white one, I could just remove it, and I only have one backdrop. If you want more than one, you can bring it. Let's say I want the playground. So I have two backdrops now, and I can choose which one I want first. So background can have its own scripts, right? So I can go to scripts here and say when the program starts, which backdrop do I want to see. If I want to see the desert, then I go here and say switch backdrop to desert when the program starts. So I say green flag, desert, and when something happens, let's see what happens when the kitty says hello. When the kitty is clicked, it says hello, and then I want to switch the background to something else. So I'm in looks block, I say hello, and then I switch the background to, yeah, this one, Adam Playground. Okay, and remember we have to name our program something, so I can just say kitty in the desert. Kitty is in the desert. We also have to take care of these two blocks, because ghost effect, I can just put a repeat loop here. Okay, so repeat 10, put one block here, and so two sets of those. Okay, you notice they have a tendency to stick like a glue. So I have two repeat blocks. In one I can make the kitty disappear, in the second one I can make it appear. And you notice 10 times 25 is 250. All we need is 100, so I can just do 10 times 10, or I could do 25 times 4, whatever you want to do. Okay, so negative 10 here, and let's check what happens. So start the program, disappears and appears. If you want to slow it down, you can put a little wait block there and a wait block here, and 0.1 and 0.1. Now start again, space key goes slowly, comes back. Let's start it. A key, kitty is walking. Oh, let's take the pixel away. Maybe I could just do fisheye. Okay, so start again, program. Kitty is turning into a fisheye, and now I do the space key, it disappears and appears again. Then I click on the kitty, which is a little bit tricky. It says hi, my name is Cat, and backdrop changes. Okay, so just this much for this lesson, and I think you should practice it and see me in the next lesson. Have fun.